Hi, welcome to Pick Up Tarot. Back again for fire signs. We'll start with Aries, and this is for the month of April. Let's take a look at Aries energy for the month of April. Start with an oracle message. A lot coming out. This is from the book Dakota from Miyamoto Musashi. Is it Miyamoto? I think I just forgot his name, but anyway. 16th century samurai. Okay, so resentment. So this is his 10th principle. Resentment and complaints are not appropriate for oneself nor others. Resentment is a feeling that can lead to bitterness, hostility, and anger towards someone or something. Complaining usually involves expressing dissatisfaction about a particular thing or situation. Both of these behaviors can take up a lot of energy, leaving us feeling drained and preventing us from seeking potential opportunities that may come your way. So this is a good lead and reference point for the reading. Aries, let's not get angry. Okay, during this time, there's no point in the resentment and the complaining. It burns your energy that you could be using towards more productive things. So that's a good start, Aries, for your month ahead. This is for April. I didn't put a time on the title, but I'll change that. I'll edit it. What else does Aries need to know for the month of April? And I'll do all 3 fire signs. We'll do general, and then I'll specifically do love or career or just whatever comes up. Let's just do general. So improvising here. So refraining from any negative thoughts or expression of those negative thoughts. If you need to release them, which is healthy, it may be best to just do it in an activity or on paper. I'm getting on paper to write those annoyances down. After you give it some time and just let it go, you realize you handle it, you're okay, you're able to move forward. Let's see. Challenges coming up. Challenges this month. Getting your own power back, getting out of your own constraints or your limitations. So your challenge is overcoming self-limitation. Again, those focusing on the negative thoughts is what's going to limit you from achieving, what it is you positively desire. So I feel like doubt, worry, upset, if you could just get it on paper, this may help to lead things forward. Support or help or advice for your guides. I wouldn't take on too much, too many tasks. It could be overburdensome. You could be overcommitted. So they're saying less is best, is what I have here. That way, the quality in the things that you do is more. It's more refined. It's more, higher quality. There's more value you put into the things that you are doing right here and right now. If you continue to take in more, things are going to be half done. Things are going to be half baked, and it's all going to flop. So it's not worth taking on too much if you want a quality result or quality experience, I feel. Also, advice is letting go of any of those self-limitations I get here. Again, any negative thoughts, obsessive thoughts, one small part of your life experience needs to be consuming, all parts of your life. So it's a small part, not everything. And what's the outcome for the month of April, Aries? It's having more understanding, more emotional balance, and I feel like it's a healing, opening your heart up more to the experiencing new things. You're allowing uh, your feelings to come back, and you're expressing instead of the negative and the constricting energy, you're expanding, expressing more positive energy that seems to allow you to. It's like release, it's grow, it's not constrictive at all. This will help raise your vibration. Let's get the oracle message for April for Aries, and then I'll get a good love reading. Opportunity knocks, go for it. So a new opportunity, just taking a risk and getting out behind that rock, whatever's been sort of like obstructing obstructing your view, obstructing your perception of things. You're breaking free of all that this month, Aries. I feel like just breakthrough, good energy, moving forward, releasing, forgiving, expanding your heart, expanding. No more constrictions, no more overcommitments or being bogged down by too much stuff. So it looks like it's a very expansive energy. Um, I feel like you have some new beginnings that will be available to you. Let's take a look at love a little bit more in detail. So that was Aries General at, what time is it? 7:08. Okay, for the month of April, Aries Love. I'm not going to do singles or couples or anything. I'll just do a general love reading. What advice you can get for your relationships, friendships, romance. I feel like some of you have some new relationships forming this month, which will be interesting. It may not be like you may be learning a lot about these people, getting to know them well. It may actually kind of surprise you. I feel like there's some truth to that also. It's just the Ace of Swords saying there could be just a lot of communication, a lot of same sort of, I don't know, different, like same sort of morals, I feel, same sort of authenticity, like almost the same spirit is what I get with the air Ace of Swords. So it kind of empowers you in a way, this same spirit that you feel within someone, you're getting to know their soul deeper that way in a fun way that just seems to be like high spirited is what I get in new relationships right now. Some of you are forming new relationships in the month. A lot of communication. You communicate very well. What's the challenge? What's the challenge? Or opposing? What's opposing you in this month of April, Aries? Again, it's that restrictive. Your thoughts, your thoughts. Getting out of your your self doubt. Um, you feel like you're not in control of the situation, but you are. I also feel that you are inhibited from communicating to some people, where they may just be waiting for you to make the first, um, to ring. to ring in. You need to chime in with somebody. That's what I'm getting. Also an advice card. The Hermit, just have a guiding light. Like go inside and figure out what, okay, so I feel like you're wanting to move forward towards somebody, and you're maybe thinking about, how is this person, can I move forward in my life with them, or can I, do we share the same goals, the same ambitions? How do I proceed is the question here. And I feel like the Hermit is one that is able to take their life experiences along with their intuitive knowing and allowing just their own knowledge through experience to work itself along with spirit to guide it. So they're going to find that you are full of substance. You are a good counselor. You seem to relate, bounce back, similar situations, backgrounds, definitely. Going to find out that you have life experiences together. These life experiences that you thought may have constricted you or limited you in some way, if you bring them out with these people, you're going to see that, they've had similar experiences that can help guide them through similar experiences if they're still going through it, or if, so you're approaching more enlightenment, I feel. That's your advice card. It's just like being a beacon of light with the Hermit. Also, be sure to think before you speak. Just be wise in your words is what I get. Because I actually feel like some of those words are going to carry over. It's going to be, if you're meeting someone new, I feel like they're going to repeat some of this conversation in their head, and it's going to they're really going to absorb it. So there's something to do with being wise with your words. Outcome for Aries Love. Aries Love. Yeah, here it is, that guidance and that spirit I was telling you about, just kind of following what like the traditional way, the acceptable way, sort of politeness, social manners that seems to lead to happiness, to good vibes, a lot of positivity, keeping the conversation positive. That also helps you steer where this relationship is going in a direction of maybe one that's not overly complaining, but one that is sincerely helping you um, evolve and move forward, letting go of toxicity and turning that around, taking it, on the path forward towards happiness, spiritual evolution. This is a spiritual evolved month for you, is what I'm getting. A lot of positivity coming in. So fantastic. That's a read, Aries, for April. So 13:45. We'll do Aries Leo. Leo General. Leo for the month of April. Let's start with Dakota. So your Dakota, your Miyamoto Musashi. Dakota quote, principle for the month. Here's this one. Okay, number 12, principle. In all things, have no preferences. This is important. Okay, this is about the beginner's mind is the most luckiest mind. Why? Because we have no prejudice, no preconceptions, no preferences. So we are allowed to just be open and surrender to what is. Avoid bias and attachment to specific outcomes. Having preferences can cause disappointment and negativity, impact decision making, instead approach situations with an open mind and remain neutral, allowing for a clear and objective perspective. By having no preferences, one can maintain flexibility and a positive outlook in all aspects of life. Just allow and just receive this energy, this blessing. So that is your general. I love this general message to start with, Leo. So being open, let's surrender this month to April, to new beginnings, to like, I don't know, creating the life that you want here. I feel April is the month of beginning. Cool. On a journey. Yes, good things coming in. So you have a lot of this is your Wheel of Fortune. So things that could be unexpected, good luck. Just could be fortune, could be wealth, it could be just prosperity in general. Advice. What's a challenge? Let me get challenged. Advice. What's opposing this? Your energies. It's just boredom, feeling that it's the same old thing every day. So getting out of that mindset, and again, coming into the beginner's mind, the Dakota principle of having, in all things, have no preferences. In all things, have no expectations. It'll be different. The universe is giving you a gift of gold. It's not the same. It's not the same routine. Everything's different. It's a different time. It's a different place. It's a different person. It's a different, or if it is some of the same, it'll still be worth experiencing, accepting the opportunity, and allowing it to be more fortunate, more prosperous, or more rewarding somehow. What is your advice? For Leo, for what is it, April? Continue to be consistent with your long-term goals, what it is you've been working on for a lifetime. So if there's like lifetime work or achievements, if there's family, financial, like resources, something like that, you are going to put your attention to that, maintaining it, perfecting it. These are also cards that are about achieving that 10 of Pentacles. So all that you want, sort of materially, financially. It's a general reading, so it could be continuing to make long-term commitments. If this is career related, if this is relationship related, it's about longevity. Whatever's resonating with you. Outcome for the month. So continue to nurture those things. I've got tons of cards here. So don't rush into things too quickly. Take care. Maintain your consistency. Definitely think about your actions before. Here it is. Okay. We're looking at taking more caution and more care, and I specifically see an outcome in initiating a connection or an invitation somewhere. I just feel like there was some reckless energy. Maybe even people didn't feel safe in your company, that like you would be scattered, or you wouldn't be around again, or you wouldn't appreciate their time, or you wouldn't, value themselves. I feel like there's more care being taken in this month of April, and that you're being more sensitive to others. I feel like you're being more sympathetic. In a way, it's romantic because it's a feeling of warmth and love, and expressing that warmth towards others. So whether or not this is romantic, it could just be ideally romantic, like very fond of the energy and the people you are with, whether platonic or not, but just definitely taking more care. I also get more consideration, not rushing through time with them. Do not ever act like you are in a hurry, especially if you meet somebody new. Please don't do that. That's the message I get here. All over this thread. Do not act like you are in a hurry with this person. That's what I get from this. And that is your key message, Leo. So thank you. I'll take a, I think that's enough for love. I was doing general and then love specific, but this has so much to do with how you interact in your relationships. Just take this advice in your love life with your partner, with somebody you know. Okay, so Sag. We'll start with the Miyamoto Musashi. These are the 21 principles he wrote in the book Dakota, and he's a 16th century samurai. So these are very like stoic messages that I have created for his philosophy. So to help you out in life. So let's get a message for Sag for the month of April. I feel like there will be more prosperity. There is a good new opportunity coming in, or that you've been working on already for Sagittarius is what I'm getting. Of course, travel and exploring. This is where it's taking me towards. Your Dakota message is the first principle: accept everything just the way it is. So Miyamoto Musashi wrote that accept and adapt to the present circumstances without resistance or complaint, regardless whether it's favorable or not. When we accept things as they are, it allows us to be more open-minded and flexible of our plans and expectations. This gives us the ability to adjust accordingly when the unexpected occurs. So it's again about that surrender and accepting your loss. So it's really us not controlling the universe, but the universe is controlling like what it wants of us to do, to experience, to be had. Also, I'm not saying this in a disempowered way. I'm saying this in an evolutionary way of acceptance. You can so when you accept something instead of resisting it, you're accepting what the universe has given you, accepting your lot. If it's a challenge, if it's the reward, whatever it is, you're open and you're able to work with it. So it's you can adjust accordingly. It just gives us more ability. Okay? When you're resisting, you don't see how you can use your abilities. You're just resisting the entire situation. We can't resist situations. We have to accept how we adapt to the situation. Always accept it first so you can adapt instead, and you're taking a responsible, you're responding to it, not resisting it. You're adapting and responding. And it could be a good thing. Like what you may have thought in your perception and your preconceived ideas about the situation, how you want it to work, may only be half of as good as what the universe has planned for it. So these things about just allowing are should be in practice. Sagittarius or April. You should put those just more allowing into practice. Sagittarius for April. General. These need to be reversed or upright or something. Again, this whole feeling of abundance and prosperity, I'm getting more than plenty, more than plenty. I feel like you're going to have choices, you're going to have options. There's more than just one option. Maybe you haven't seen it yet. Okay, if you're having a problem, you need to work around. You contemplate it a little longer before acting. That's what I get. You may need to find the light and see that there's more to this than what you are perceiving right now. There's more to it. So give it some time. Be patient. Again, letting go of the preconception, opening your mind to like the awareness of it, which is outside of your ego, outside of your perception. Just open to the awareness and allow messages to come in. Allow spirit to guide you. Let's see what your challenge here. I see some challenges with finances, unable to compromise. Someone could be working independently. Someone could be someone could be working within a structure, a business, working for an employer. They may be a higher rank, like manager, and they want to have more independence. They also may want to compromise between working for an employer or working independently is what I get with the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles. Let me see what else I can get from these cards. A challenge. I feel like you want to work in a higher level so that you can train people into becoming like building their strengths is what I get. I feel like there's something where you know where to place people within their company that will give them the strongest, like make them bring out their strongest qualities, and it'll be win-win for them and for the company itself. It seems to like be very progressive. It's where like I know the Emperor could be a little bit more calcified, but I feel like there can be some compromise. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of being more efficient. I feel like there could be more energy focused into more production. Whereas the Hangman maybe I think things were left a little undone or unsatisfactory. Is what I get. There needs to be a little bit of a sacrifice towards it, whatever tasks or other things that aren't leading you forward. So someone does need to take a little bit more leadership, or they need someone to help guide them and lead them. If you are someone um, that wants to be promoted in the career, you may want to learn from someone who's done this more for a long time, especially if you're working independently. You may want to observe what others are doing with more experience is also what I get. I feel like it's going to help you. Or just do some research. Like tune in on like people who just do a lot of blogs and stuff like that. So you are going to be moving on from, you have this past influence that may not be working for you anymore. And you need to go beyond that. You need to move forward and get out of the old ways. Or you may be wishing that you could have been a little bit more like things were going better for you, but they will be, I feel, if you just put in a little extra um, time in learning how to manage your time or your efforts more efficiently. So the outcome is, yeah, getting back into action. So also it could be that the emperor is all about action. It's all about taking action. So he's ready for action. There's an energy here that does seem to be with the hangman, but there was some, like, a lot of contemplation. Like, you may take a long time to get started. You may take a long time to hear what another person is saying and begin to compromise. You may take a long time to let go of your preconceived notions and, start on a new path that will work better for you. It'll be more productive. So there was enough of this time of just thinking. I believe now it is time to act. Okay, because there's a point where you can just be overthinking. I see a lot of contemplation here in this spread. Let me get one more. What is the outcome here? And I feel this has to do with your career, so I'll go ahead and do a love reading. Yeah, taking action. So just take action, Sag, this month. Aries is the month to begin new beginnings, taking action. I feel like you've thought about it long enough, and you're just ready. You have the spark to move forward, and as you go along, you can seek guidance, or as you go along, you can change things, refine things, but just get it moving, and then perfect it later. Just get it moving. It doesn't have to be perfect all at once. That's what, you know we learn how to refine things. That takes time. Your love reading for people. For Sag. Love reading. Not having a clear idea of where you're moving forward, needing to compromise more with your partner. Advice. Wheel of Fortune. So a lot of changes. I feel like you're going to be reaching a turning point in your relationship. I feel like you're going to have a more stable, like someone who feel more secure, and you feel like the loyalty is there. So in your relationship, I feel like you're sort of mixed between your own personal will and the relationship, what the relationship requirements are with the temperance, and you're having to mix that together. But there may be an actual event that puts you into the seat where, like, I feel more command of like where I want this relationship to go. Um, that's if you are directing the relationship, obviously. What else I get? Because right now you're confused. You're confused at the beginning of the month, probably where's this relationship going? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, so you will be able to direct the relationship more once you release the fear. So you've had trust issues probably in the past. You may have put a lot of um, devotion into relationship, and it may not have panned out. But I feel like this is a turning point. This is a relationship for the better. It turns out that you have control of whatever you want out of this relationship. If it's to live together, if it's marriage, to begin a family, it is what you're going to do, what you plan, and how you will be able to direct that. You will be able to achieve that with this person. I feel once you let go of kind of any fear, any self doubt. I feel so. I could get one more card, maybe. I can even bring out the Norman. So the Norman would be great for this reading. I'll just use the tarot. Yes, this is the one. So this relationship, it's going to turn. It's going to steer, you're going to be able to steer it in the right direction towards pretty much wish fulfillment card, your 10 of Cups relationship. Happy home, happy family, everything you wanted, you were emotionally fulfilled with this relationship. Um, you gel well, you work very well together, and you feel like you're both in control of each other's lives. Um, there's good fortune. The universe seems to the universe seems to meet you halfway as much as you work into making this relationship work, because relationships are work. The universe meets you with, blessings, with good fortune, good health, like, good experiences, good, the ability to find a home, maybe start. It's things just seem to be working out. Here again, I feel that energy of a little bit of you're still waiting on things, and it's been frustrating. You're afraid of leaving the comfort. But I see that during this month, you will have a break. There will be a turning point with the Wheel of Fortune. So thank you, Sag. That is I think that's your journal reading. It turned more into relationship, and I feel that it's a good idea of the energies for the month ahead. Okay, so those are fire signs, and I'll be back with the other elements.